Hi, it's me again, Jen. So, another question for you. When you hear sustainable development goals, what comes to mind? And be honest, is it a UN conference room somewhere far away? Or is it 17 colorful icons on a slide? Is it government officials discussing things that feel important but not really your concern? That's how most people see SDGs. They're global, they're political, and they're institutional. But here's the part no one explains clearly. The SDGs are not floating somewhere above your life. They are quietly shaping your job market, your grocery prices, your access to education, your city's infrastructure, and even how stable your future feels. You may not think you're part of sustainable development, but in reality, you are already inside the system. And once you understand that, everything starts to make more sense. So let's try to remove the jargon. The 17 Sustainable Development Goals are basically a global stability plan. They were created because world leaders realized something uncomfortable. If poverty, inequality, climate instability, weak institutions, and poor education systems continue unchecked, everything becomes fragile. Economies become volatile, communities become divided, supply chains collapse, and then eventually trust erodes. And when systems become fragile, ordinary people feel it first. The SDGs are not nice to have aspirations. They are prevention goals. They exist to reduce the risk of long term instability. Think about the last few years. We had the pandemic, we had inflation spikes, extreme weather events, rising geopolitical tension. That's what instability looks like. Sustainable development is the long term strategy to prevent those shocks from becoming the norm. So, now let's try to make this more personal. Let's start with something close to your home, your career. Yeah. SDG 8 focuses on decent work and sustainable economic growth. That may sound like policy language, but it directly influences your working life. When governments commit to decent work, they are pushing for safer workplaces, stronger labor protections, fair wages, and economic systems that don't rely on exploitation. This affects the industries that receive investment. It affects what skills become valuable. It affects how companies are regulated, and it affects how employment standards evolve. So, if you've noticed companies becoming more transparent, more focused on compliance, more concerned about employee well being, that shift is not random. It's connected to global economic sustainability conversations. A stable labor ecosystem protects not just the workers, but the entire economies. So when we talk about sustainable development, we're also talking about whether your career grows in a stable system or one that constantly feels like it's about crack. That matters. Now, let's talk about climate action and not in the just recycle more or just plant more kind of way. Climate instability disrupts agriculture. When crops fail, food supply tightens. When food supply tightens, prices rise. Extreme weather damages infrastructure. Infrastructure damage disrupts logistics. Logistics disruption increases costs. Energy volatility impacts electricity prices. Transportation costs fluctuate. Insurance premiums increase. So you see, climate risk is economic risk. And economic risk shows up in your budget. So when countries invest in climate resilience, like renewable energy, disaster risk management, infrastructure upgrades, it's not just environmental activism. It's cost stability. It's long-term affordability. It's protecting future economic predictability. The SDGs recognize that you cannot separate environmental stability from financial stability because they're all connected. And whether we acknowledge it or not, we feel the connection every time prices shift. Now, let's look at education. The world is changing fast. Digital transformation, AI integration, green technologies, evolving compliance standards. If education systems don't adapt, people fall behind. Entire workforces become obsolete. Sustainable development pushes for inclusive, adaptable, accessible education because knowledge is economic resilience. This influences public investment in schools. It affects scholarships and training programs. It shapes workforce upskilling initiatives. It impacts digital learning access. If you've ever taken an online course to remain competitive, you are participating in sustainable development, whether you realize it or not. A society that stops learning becomes economically fragile, and the SDGs aim to prevent that fragility. Here's the key shift. Most people think sustainable development is about saving the planet, but at its core, it's about system stability. Stable jobs, stable costs, stable institutions, stable opportunities. And stability benefits individuals, us, first. You don't need to memorize all 17 goals. You just need to recognize that they influence where investments flow, what policies get prioritized, how industries evolve, and how cities are structured. Understanding sustainable development helps you understand the forces shaping your daily life. And when you understand the system, you move differently inside it. You make better career decisions, you anticipate industry shifts, you think long term instead of reactive. That awareness is power. Here at Root and Ripple, we always say this. Always. We say this. Systems are the roots. Individual decisions are the ripples. The SDGs represent the roots, the structural direction of global system. Your daily decisions create ripples within that system. You don't have to work for an international organization to be part of sustainable development. You just need to recognize that you already are. And when the system becomes more stable, your life becomes more stable. That's the connection. Because that's your entry point into sustainable development. You don't need to carry all 17 goals. You just need to understand the one shaping your reality. Because sustainable development isn't a poster on a wall, it's a blueprint for long term stability. And you are already part of it. So if this gave you clarity, I hope you will subscribe to Root and Ripple if you haven't yet. So here we break down sustainability in a way that actually makes sense for real people navigating real life. So I have to see you again next week. Thank you. Bye.